April 26, 1986, 1:23 a.m. A city of nearly 50,000 people is sleeping. Children dream in their beds. Couples breathe quietly beside each other. Nobody knows that in the next 36 hours, this city will be empty forever. And in the decades that followed, nature began to take it back. This is Pripyat, and this is its untold story. Pripyat wasn't just any city. It was a dream, a Soviet showpiece built specifically for the workers of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Founded in 1970, it was one of the most modern cities in the entire USSR. Wide boulevards, a sparkling amusement park, supermarkets stocked better than anywhere else in Ukraine. The city had 16 kindergartens for its youngest residents. Parents felt safe leaving their children there. After all, the reactor was perfectly safe. That's what they were told every single day. The average age of its residents, just 26 years old. This was a city of young families, of ambition, of a future that felt certain. They had a swimming pool, a cinema that showed films before Moscow did, an indoor sports complex. The workers at Chernobyl were the elite of Soviet society. Engineers, scientists, physicists. They believed in the system. They believed in the technology. They believed until the night the sky turned blue. And then, in one night, it ended. Not with a war, not with a flood, with silence. Reactor number 4 exploded at 1:23 a.m. The night sky turned an eerie blue. Supermirbai described it as beautiful. They had no idea they were looking at ionizing radiation. The first responders arrived within minutes. Firefighters, police, engineers. Most of them touched the reactor debris with their bare hands. None of them survived the year. But here's what most people don't know. The city wasn't evacuated immediately. For 36 hours, residents went about their normal lives. Children went to school. People worked in their gardens. Publishers walked along the river. While invisible death drifted through the air. The evacuation of April 27th was unlike anything the Soviet Union had ever organized. 1,200 buses arrived in Pripyat that morning. Soldiers went door to door. Take only what you need for 3 days. 3 days. Parents grabbed documents, a change of clothes, children's favorite toys. One woman left her wedding album on the table. She thought she would come back for it. It is still there today. As the buses pulled away, children pressed their faces against the windows, watching their home disappear behind them. Some of them were crying. Most didn't understand why. The convoy of 1,200 buses stretched for miles, and as they drove away from Pripyat, the city fell silent. For the first time in its history, completely and utterly silent. Walk through Pripyat today, and time has stopped. In the kindergartens, small shoes still sit by the door. Gas masks cover the floor like fallen leaves. Family photos still hang on walls. A chess game, mid-move, frozen forever on the table. But perhaps the most haunting place of all, the amusement park. It was supposed to open on May 1st, 1986, 5 days after the explosion. It never did. The Ferris wheel still stands, rusted, motionless, waiting for riders that will never come. And then, something unexpected happened. When humans left, life returned. Within years, forests began swallowing the buildings. Trees grew through apartment floors. Wolves returned to the exclusion zone, then lynx, then bears. Today, the Chernobyl exclusion zone has become one of the largest wildlife sanctuaries in Europe. The city, meant for 50,000 people, now belongs to wolves. Inside this zone, 94 villages were abandoned, not just Pripyat. Entire communities, churches, schools, farms, all left exactly as they were. In the village of Kopachi, the Soviet authorities tried to bury the contaminated buildings underground. They buried the kindergarten, they buried the houses, but the radiation remained. Today you can still see the mounds in the earth, where an entire village used to stand. Nothing marks them, no signs, no memorial, just grass growing over the memory of a place that once had a name. Scientists say the exclusion zone will not be safe for human habitation for another 20,000 years. 20,000 years. But there are things about Pripyat that are still hidden. In the hours after the explosion, officials knew the reactor had melted down completely. They told nobody. There were three men who volunteered to walk into the flooded reactor basement with no protection, knowing they would die. They prevented what scientists say could have been an explosion 10 times larger than Hiroshima. Their names were Alexei Ananenko, Valery Bezpalov, and Boris Baranov. They are largely forgotten. Standing in Pripyat today, you stand on the ground these men saved, silently, without knowing their names. But not everyone left Pripyat. Some residents returned. The self-settlers, mostly elderly women who refused to leave their homes, who said they would rather die in their own beds than live as strangers somewhere else. The last of them, a woman named Hanna Zavorotnya, passed away in 2018. She was 91 years old. She lived inside the exclusion zone for over 30 years. When asked if she was afraid of the radiation, she smiled. "I'm more afraid of loneliness than I am of Chernobyl." Today, tourists can visit Pripyat, and almost everyone reports the same feeling, an overwhelming sense of presence, as if the city remembers. Some places carry their past, like a weight that never lifts. Pripyat is one of them. Pripyat was built to last forever. Instead, it became a monument to a single night, a city that the world forgot, but that refuses to disappear. If this place left something in you, a question, a feeling, a chill you can't explain, then you already understand what Silent Relics is about. Subscribe, because next time we go somewhere even darker and the silence there is different.